You've probably opened Leonardo AI, typed a prompt, and gotten something that looked nothing like what you imagined. That's not bad luck. That's the wrong model. Today, you'll learn exactly which Leonardo model to pick for thumbnails, for storytelling, for product mockups, so every single generation looks intentional, not random. By the end of this video, you'll be choosing models on purpose, not by accident. Leonardo AI isn't just one image generator. It's actually 5 different model engines living inside one dashboard, and each one thinks about your prompt completely differently. Phoenix, Kino XL, Anime Pastel Dream, Absolute Reality, DreamShaper, same prompt, 5 completely different results. Most creators never even open that drop-down menu. They just accept whatever the default gives them. That's the gap we're closing today. Let's start at the dashboard. Log into Leonardo, and you'll land on the home screen. On the left side, you'll see your image feed and your recent generations. In the center sits the prompt box. This is where everything begins. Click the model drop-down right above it. This is the single most important click in the entire app, because this is where you choose your engine. Most beginners skip this step. They leave it on default, generate, get something close, but not quite right, and just assume the tool is limited. It's not the tool, it's the model choice. Before we go model by model, one quick note on prompt structure, because it changes how every single model behaves. A strong prompt has 4 parts: subject, setting, lighting, and mood. Miss one of those, and even the best model will guess, and guessing rarely looks good. Keep that 4-part structure in your head as we move through each engine. Let's talk models, starting with Phoenix. Phoenix is Leonardo's flagship model. It understands complex, layered prompts. It reads them almost like a sentence, not just a pile of keywords. Type something detailed, like a woman standing on a cliff at golden hour, wind in her hair, cinematic lighting, and Phoenix nails the composition, the lighting, the mood, all in one shot. Phoenix is your go-to for realistic, story-driven visuals. Anytime you need emotion and detail working together, reach for Phoenix first. Keep your prompts descriptive. Mention lighting, mood, and camera angle, and Phoenix will reward you for it. Next, Kino XL. Think of Kino XL as your cinematic camera. It's built for film-style framing. Wide shots, dramatic depth of field, that Hollywood color grade you see in movie trailers. If you're building a movie poster, a trailer thumbnail, or anything that needs to feel directed, Kino XL gives you that instantly. The difference is subtle but real. Phoenix feels like a photograph someone took. Kino XL feels like a still frame pulled straight out of a film. Add words like wide shot or dramatic lighting to push it even further. Now, Anime Pastel Dream. This one's a specialist, not a generalist. It's trained specifically for anime and illustrated styles. Soft colors, clean line work, expressive characters, big emotive eyes. If your content is animated storytelling, character-driven, or you want that stylized hand-drawn feel, this is your model. Don't use Anime Pastel Dream for realism. It will fight you the whole way, and the results will feel off. Use it for exactly what it's built for, and it becomes one of the most consistent models in the whole app. Absolute reality is exactly what it sounds like. Photorealism. Skin texture, fabric detail, natural light. This model is obsessed with looking real. Product photos, portraits, anything where a viewer needs to genuinely believe it's an actual photograph. Absolute Reality is your model. It rewards specific, grounded language. Mention the material, the lighting source, the surface texture, and it will do its very best to replicate reality. And finally, DreamShaper. This is your creative playground. It blends realism with a slightly stylized, painterly touch. Perfect for concept art, mood boards, or thumbnails that need to feel a little larger than life. It's flexible, forgiving, and genuinely great when you're not entirely sure what style you want yet. Think of it as the model you reach for when you're still exploring an idea. Here's where it gets interesting. Let's run the same prompt through all 4 models. Side by side. A futuristic city street at night, neon reflections, cinematic. Watch what happens. Phoenix gives you a grounded, believable street. Realistic lighting, realistic shadow, nothing exaggerated. Kino XL pushes the drama. Deeper shadows, a wider frame, heavier atmosphere, more movie poster energy. Anime Pastel Dream turns it into a stylized scene. Cleaner lines, saturated color, illustrated feel. Absolute Reality tightens the realism even further. You'd swear it's an actual photograph someone captured on a real street. Same words. 4 completely different stories. That's the real power of actually knowing your models. You're not gambling anymore, you're directing. Now let's talk about where this actually matters in your day-to-day work, starting with YouTube thumbnails. For thumbnails, you want fast, emotional impact, something that reads instantly at a tiny size. Kino XL and Absolute Reality both work well here. Kino XL for dramatic, cinematic thumbnails with big contrast. Absolute Reality when you need that hyper-real, wait, is this actually a photo reaction from the viewer? Generate 3 or 4 variations, then pick the one with the strongest emotional read at a small size. Because that's genuinely how viewers will see it, scrolling quickly on their phone. For storytelling visuals, think narrative videos, character scenes, emotional moments. Phoenix is usually your best starting point. It understands mood and composition together in a single pass without you fighting the prompt. If your story leans stylized or animated instead, switch over to Anime Pastel Dream. Match the model to the feeling of your story, not just the subject sitting in front of you. And for product mockups, packaging, devices, anything a client needs to actually trust. Absolute Reality wins almost every single time. Clean lighting, accurate texture, believable material, nothing that screams AI generated. DreamShaper is a solid backup when you want the mockup to feel a little more stylized or premium, like a high-end ad rather than a plain photo. One more workflow tip before we build something together. Always generate in batches of 4, not one at a time. A single generation tells you almost nothing. 4 variations side by side tell you whether the model is wrong or whether your prompt just needs a small tweak. This one habit alone will cut your wasted generations in half. Let's quickly build one real project together so this actually sticks. Say you're creating a thumbnail for a video about morning productivity. Open the prompt box, type a person's desk at sunrise, coffee steaming, warm cinematic light, laptop glowing. Switch the model to Kino XL first. Generate. Notice the dramatic lighting and depth. Now switch to Absolute Reality with the exact same prompt. Generate again. Notice how much more literal and photographic it feels. Compare both side by side and pick whichever one matches the emotional tone you actually want your thumbnail to carry. Now, the mistakes, because these will save you real time. The biggest one? Using Phoenix for everything, simply because it's the flagship. It's powerful, but it's not always the right tool for the job in front of you. The second mistake, writing vague prompts and then blaming the model afterward. A weak, lazy prompt on Absolute Reality still looks weak. The model amplifies your prompt, it doesn't rescue it for you. Third mistake, never comparing models side by side before committing to a style. 5 extra minutes generating the same prompt across models will save you hours of trial and error later on, especially on client work. So here's your action plan for today. Open Leonardo AI right now. Pick one real project, a thumbnail, a story scene, a product mockup, whatever you're actually working on. Run the exact same prompt through 2 different models. Compare the results carefully, side by side, and notice which one actually matches what you were imagining in your head before you even opened the app. Do that once, deliberately, and you'll never randomly pick a model again. Choosing the right Leonardo model isn't really a technical skill. It's a creative decision, made the same way a photographer chooses a lens. Once you know what each engine is genuinely built for, you stop hoping for good results and you start directing them on purpose every single time you open the app. Save this video. Come back to it the next time you're staring at a blank prompt box, unsure which engine to reach for. 5 models, 5 distinct jobs: Phoenix for emotion, Kino XL for drama, Anime Pastel Dream for style, Absolute Reality for trust, DreamShaper for exploration. That's the real shift here. Not more prompting. Smarter prompting.